Hi guys, and welcome to this part of our trading course. We're going to look at price action trading. What is it and how we can use it? I'm not going to go over every scenario, but we'll take a little look at one of the ways that we can use price action trading. So first of all, let's have a look at what price action trading is. You have to use your indicators with this. Okay, your technical analysis with this. So you're going to be looking at how price reacts to support and resistance levels, all-time highs, all-time lows, channels, all this kind of stuff. Okay, you've got to build the bigger picture. So every candle on this chart has there is a story behind it and what is going on. And what we see a lot of, it's just a battle for the big guys to fill their boots. So we need to recognise what's going on in the chart, just so we can take advantage of that as well and get on board with them. So like I say, you're going to be using your technical analysis when you're trading price action, because it is just the way it goes. You're looking at how price is reacting to these levels. What's going on? What are the buyers doing? What are the sellers doing? Okay, there's no specific science behind it. Every price action trader is going to have a slightly different view. They're going to have slightly different support and resistance levels, slightly different moving averages. This example here, I don't really need my moving averages on here. I can see what's going on with the price. Okay, so we start off on the daily. We can see we've come down. We've had that big trend down. So we're going to start with let's start with price action from here. So let's begin with this area. Now there's a change in this area here compared to what we saw at this area here. Let me just put on, so the indicator I'm going to use for this is we're going to use volume. So this gives us a good idea of exactly what's going on in the market. Okay, so we've come up, high, low, all the way up to this level. Suddenly, we've got this big push where everyone's got into the market and they don't really know why they've got into the markets. We've got that big push up, but we pull that out and something's going to show us why there's so much volume. Why is there so much volume here and here? What's the reason? Why wasn't there so much volume here? Why is there not so much volume here? Well, let's pull this out and have a look. Well, there we go. So you should be able to see that nice and clear. We probably need the weekly chart to see what's going on there. So we can see now why there was so much volume here. Just like there was so much volume here, certain levels are going to attract certain people into that market. Now what happened here was we've attracted in the sellers from here, the sellers from here. All these guys here, remember what happened when price last come up to these levels? It come down fast and hard. Okay, so we can use that level there, and we know that when we get to here, then maybe we shouldn't be trading this level. And that's why we saw the increase in volume. Now, when we look at this chart, the last time it was at this level here, specifically this high here, was 11 years ago. Okay, well, almost 11 years ago. So some of these guys up here that sold from here, look at the volume here. Some of these guys that started selling here all the way down to this level know what happened. and that's why they're stepping back into that market. That's why maybe they didn't step in fully here. They're waiting for it to go a little bit higher, and then suddenly they start filling up their boots big time. So anyway, let's pull back down and really get into this this chart and see what happens from here. So we've come down. We've created we've got a pullback. We've come back down again, but we didn't have that strong momentum, okay, taking us further down. We saw a change, price action trading, we saw a change here. Yeah, we can see this level here, there's liquidity, there's buyers in this area. Yeah, these guys that pushed this market up are waiting for it to come back down, and they're going to look to push it back up again. So we can see what's going on there. So we didn't really take out that low after that either. So we've come down, little pullback, we've come down, big pullback, we've come down, W formation, we've come down. We didn't hit the low this time. We've gone up, we've pulled back, we've gone up, we've pulled back. Suddenly, there's a change in the market. We've started now, we've had that rounding bottom, and we've started to actually make higher highs and higher lows. So we can see what's going on. Next, not the greatest line there, but we make a range. That's not very good at all, is it? Let's get rid of the drawings. Let's go straight lines. Sorry, let's go with horizontal ray. Okay, so we had this range here as well, so let's put that in because we can see that. So we had that W formation, and then we had a range that we didn't break out of because we had these buyers. So then we've come up and we've entered another range. We didn't pull that out there because we have a little touch off that. So so as that market comes up, there's a good opportunity to actually buy into this here. But what we're going to look at is we're going to go down to the lower time frame and just see what's gone on in the lower time frame, because we can see now we've had a breakout of this this range. Here we go. So not going to worry about this. This is a fake out because we're looking at the we looked at the daily chart, and on a daily chart, what was this? If everyone remembers, it was just a wick. Just a wick. So that's a fake out. This time we've definitely got a breakout. Okay, we've even got this one here, which is a breakout of this area. You can move it up to there, actually. We'll move it up to the top of the body. That's what I mean. There's no exact science. It's just trying to get the best place that you believe matters. So what we're looking for is an area that was shocked, where people were like, whoa, what's gone on here? And that's the most important thing. Here, this was a, whoa, something's gone on here. This made people panic. That's what we're looking for. Price action trading. That's what we're looking for. We're looking deeper into the market. Now, why has this candle here made people go, whoa? Well, I'll tell you why. Because people thought this was a range. So they thought that they could sell here and it would come back down. And suddenly it went through and took all their stop losses. And then it probably come back down to here, and they thought, right, now is a good time to sell. Nope, it's not. Because we had shock, and we know there's a big lot of buying going on at this level. And then again, we've had a breakout. So we've had shock where people go, whoa, what's going on? Whoa. That won't meant to happen. I've lost my money now. It's hit my stop loss. What am I meant to do? So yeah, these sort of things are what you're looking out for on price action shocks. Okay, so we've come up here, broken out. Okay, perfect. We've created a range. We've also rejected this previous area. So we have opportunity, if you are a range buyer, to buy into this. Okay, why would we not sell into here? Is because that market is coming up. Okay, and the same reason you wouldn't sell into here. You want to be going up. Okay, you want to be on that move. We've come out, we've broken this area, and then we've created a new high and created a new low. So if we pull this into the 30-minute chart, what this is going to give us, this will give us an opportunity because it's showing on here as a level to look out for. We've also got to look out for where we come through. Oh, not a very good line. We'll leave it. It's fine. Let's pull that across there. There we go. So yeah, this was that previous level that we could see that made a small range, and we can see on the 30 minutes. On the 30 minutes, you've got a small range. On the 4 hourly, it was just a support resistance level forming. But we know if price comes back down to this level here, what happened? There was big shock in that market. So we can now look at this on the 30 minutes and be quite confident that this is going to move up. And I actually traded this one today, and I'll tell you exactly how I took this trade. So, like I said, we've seen on the 4 hourly what's gone on. We've broken out, perfect. We've had a pullback, okay? Now, I wasn't really worried about this. The pullback didn't even come very deep. The sellers in here there's not a lot of them. And the volume's very low. So it hasn't worked out. But what I saw this morning was... I wasn't up for the 630 candle. So that one there's a 630 candle. I wasn't up for that one, but that's the first one where we saw an increase in volume. So that said to me, right, the buyers are going to be looking to get into this market. But the key one for me was this one here. This was a key candle for me. So I had my confirmation here because the market was moving up on bigger volume. So I had confirmation. I knew there were buyers waiting to fill their boots. So when the volume picked up, I could see what was going on. And it was just this one was a really simple trade, and it was fully price action with support and resistance, and just placing a stop loss below here. And yeah, I exited this trade in 3 sections around here, and then everyone else has done the same. But that was a really simple trade actually to get in for, and we could see that clearly on the 4 hourly exactly what was happening. We were getting the higher lows, higher highs. We had the failed pushback down from here down to this level here, so we knew the buyers were stepping in here. We've got a big volume candle. We've got the breakout, then we've got the rejection. So everything in this was just perfect. Everything was adding up to what we wanted it to be. And it was a simple break of support and resistance. Now, what you do have to be careful of, if you're trading on the lower time frames, you're going to get a lot of price action. You're going to get a lot of support and resistance levels. Okay, I'm just going to clear off everything off my chart. Right, so you're going to get a lot of support and resistance levels. So if we look at this and say, right, that's fine. We're in that trade. We was in that trade early. But what you've got to be careful of our support and resistance levels looking like they're not doing their job. Okay, so here we've got support, resistance, support. Now, is this really a support that anyone cares about? Well, we need to go up to the higher time frame and see how that looks. Are they actual support resistance? And we can see actually these aren't really support and resistance. Okay, they're not like this one or this one. These are just nothing. They're in the middle. They're not showing up on the higher time frames. They're not showing up on, look at that, on the 4 hourly. They're not showing up. But look at the trade that we took. Yeah, we've got a level to care about. So it's massively important to look at all time frames, not just go on to a 3-minute time frame and say, right, okay, let's just I'll give you an example. Let's give you an example here. So we've come up, we've been in this move, told a couple of friends about it, yeah, buying euro pound. Okay, things are going really well. Look at the trend, it's amazing. Okay, pulls back, and everyone's like, well, yeah, we could buy in here because it's going to continue, which it does. Okay, but it pulls back, bang, support. They're thinking, well, I'm going to buy in again and go for the tops, go for this and go out the top. And suddenly, this didn't work out. This support isn't a support. And we're through it. Just like that. Okay. Then, again, we've got exactly the same thing happen. We've come up, pull back, come up, pull back. People buy in, pull back. They're thinking, right, okay, pull back. Gonna buy that. Drops. Pull back. Oh, look, we're still higher than here. Nope, we're dropping. Look, we're at this level now. We're definitely in here. Okay, yes, this is going well. Oh, no, stop losses. Okay, so you can see what's going on there. Now, if we pull that out and look at all these lines on the 30 minutes, they don't mean anything. There's nothing there. Okay, there's maybe on the 30 minutes, there's maybe this level to look out for and this level to look out for. They're the only two levels that you can look out for and say they could mean something. And you can see here, pulls down. So we could look at this level. But that's it. All these other levels here, they all mean nothing. Right, guys, that's enough of that. That's just there was an introduction to price action. And everything else I'm going to do, I'm going to try and do it in webinars, really. I'll probably do a few videos for the course as well, but I think webinars, interactive webinars, will probably be the best route to teach you guys. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for listening.